Committees. Senator, good morning to you. Thank you for being here. So tell us what you can about what happened in this closed-door meeting.
Well, look, there was 49 senators in there, and we maybe all heard something a little bit differently. What I heard from Leader McConnell is he understands how important border security is to Americans, and that's still his priority as well. Yes, he wants border security and Ukraine funding. I think he still knows that we need to get this deal done on the border to get that Ukraine funding. There's a win-win opportunity for everybody here.
Well, but some are pushing back, saying that, we funneled a lot of money over to Ukraine, and yes, there's a larger greater good here. But having said that, I mean, how much more can we give? Our country is not in a state to just keep writing blank checks.
That's spot on. We're borrowing money from other countries, from our grandchildren, to help pay for this war in Ukraine. Look, what the people of Kansas, everyone I talk to say, it's the border, it's the border, it's the border. We have to take care at home. We have to clean up our own house, secure the border, and then let's talk about Ukraine and the bigger world as well. But look, we've already given them $113 billion. There's really been no movement the past year. 200,000 people have died. Let's focus on a peace treaty over there. Let's secure our border first and foremost.
Sounds reasonable, Senator. Thank you for that. Meantime, I know you recently started a new thread on X highlighting violent crimes committed by illegal immigrants against American citizens. Here's the White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, earlier this week, avoiding Peter Doocy's question about criminals illegally crossing the border. Watch this.
Authorities in Fairfax County, Virginia, ignored an ICE detainer. They released an illegal immigrant from Honduras who was charged with sexually assaulting a Virginia minor and production of sexual abuse material. Doesn't that go to show that as record numbers of people appear at the border, you guys have no idea what kind of people are coming into this country?
This is why the president is having negotiations with the Senate, senators, Republicans and Democrats. We've led the largest expansion of lawful pathways, and that we haven't seen in some time. Republicans in the House are trying to get in the way.
Senator, we had a mother on my show earlier this week who testified on Capitol Hill. Her daughter was raped and then murdered by somebody who came into the country illegally. These stories are heartbreaking, and yet for some reason the White House continues to point fingers at Republicans, say that this is a manufactured crisis that they're responsible for. It's just completely over the top.
Way over the top. Again, under Joe Biden, 10 million people have come into this country illegally, 1.7 million gotaways. We have no idea who those people, where they are. Every community is now a border community, whether it's fentanyl poisoning, drug trafficking, human trafficking. My dad, the police officer, taught me wherever you see drug trafficking, you're going to see crime go up. So the cartel now is poised all across the country. This crime is skyrocketing. That's why at Roger Marshall, MD, you can go and see some of these crimes that we're detailing. It looks like some of the Hamas videos that we've seen over in Israel. So these crimes are horrific, torturing, raping, murdering young girls. It is just horrible. And then selling these girls into slavery, into some type of human sex trafficking.
Meantime, CBP is saying that more than 96,000 known gotaways came through the southern border since October 1st. And of course, Texas Governor Abbott is trying to fight this issue locally on the ground, essentially himself. But he's getting pushback from the White House, who's saying you're getting in the way of Customs and Border Patrol trying to do their job down there. He's saying you're not doing anything to allow them to do their jobs. I mean, this just keeps going back and forth, back and forth. It's at a Supreme Court level. Why can't the president just acknowledge that the border needs to be closed?
Look, the president doesn't want that. Remember, what this president wants is as many people possible crossing this border illegally. That's his whole, he doesn't care whether it's legal or illegal. He's continued to ignore the Supreme Court. He continues to break the law. The parole element alone. Under Barack Obama, 5,000 people a year were paroled. Under this president, 1.7 million people have been paroled. He's breaking the law by doing it tens of thousands of people at a time. So again, his goal, get as many people as he can across this border.
Well, it's a top issue for voters in 2024. There's no doubt about that. So in Iowa, 41% of GOP voters said immigration was the most important issue facing the country. The same result in New Hampshire, 41% of GOP voters ranking immigration as their number one. Nikki Haley might be facing a little bit of a money issue after losing to Trump in New Hampshire. Democrat billionaire Reid Hoffman reportedly pausing all Haley funding. The LinkedIn co-founder not planning on giving any money either. Let's talk a little bit about Nikki Haley, what you think her path is. She's tried to hit the policy issues, but when it comes to former President Trump, he can say, I've got a track record here, whether we're talking about the border, we're talking about the economy. He can say, I have done this. I'll just go do it again.
Right. So regardless of what we want to say about Governor Haley, President Trump has proven that he can secure the border, that he can improve our economy, that he can lower the price of gas and groceries for American families right now. Look, I think it's a win-win opportunity for Team Trump. If Governor Haley stays in, then it keeps this primary in the news a little bit longer. We get some free earned media out of the deal. But the sooner she gets out, the better. I don't see a path to victory for her, with all due respect. Let's focus all our barrels on the White House right now. Let's fire Joe Biden here in about 300 days.
Yeah, it was interesting to me because she was keeping her financial support, and that was part of the story, right? That she had all these big donors backing her. But now you start to see some people stepping away quickly. President Trump certainly had a great showing in New Hampshire, winning by double digits. And then she takes the stage and she acted like she won.
Well, we do what we do in politics. Again, to your point, President Trump won by over 11 points. Across the country, I think in GOP primaries, he's probably ahead by 30 points. I'm not sure why she'd want to go to South Carolina and be embarrassed. She's a good person, but President Trump's going to secure the border. He's going to make America great again.
All right, fair enough. She does have a 30-point deficit in South Carolina. That's her home state, so we'll see if she chooses a change of course. Senator Roger Marshall, thank you so much.